Hey everybody, it is the last day of July, July 31st, 2025, and this is a pop-up about a specific topic, and I mentioned it earlier on Off the Ledge, and the specific topic is global climate change. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now, so finally I'm sitting down to do a video on that specific topic. This fascist administration that needs to be ousted in order that we can survive, and I wish I was joking about that, is planning to, and in the process of going ahead and gutting regulations on fossil fuel and coal emissions. Yes, you heard that right. In 2025, when we need to be all, as a global population, curbing fossil fuel burning and all carbon producing means of energy, of providing energy, of making energy, we're in dire straits. We really are. Back when they were proposing to build the pipeline in Alaska, when they were proposing to and went ahead with the tar sands in Canada, these different ways of extracting fossil fuels, oils, from the way deep into the earth, drilling down into the earth. These ways, really, the scientists were saying, it's game over for the planet if we keep doing this. So now we have this illegitimate regime in the White House who are doing everything possible to stick it to the libs and to deregulate everything, something that they celebrate. Deregulate. Saying, let's go ahead and pollute the air again. Let's just go ahead and accelerate global climate change. So today, fortunately it hasn't happened, but we were under a flood watch. The state of New Jersey was under a state of emergency because they were predicting floods. And this administration wants to throw out weather science completely and has already gutted NOAA and FEMA. Not to ruin your day, but I think we all know what's going on. So what I want to look at is, where do we go from here? What's going to happen from here? So this is kind of a prediction about, also tied right in, because you can't really avoid it, what's going to happen to this administration. So a couple things will come up. So what I want to do is, first I'm going to ask the Pendulum, can we get accurate information about where we are on global climate change? Can we get accurate information about where we are on global climate change at the present time? Yes, we can. So we're going for it. So with the current energy, with what's going on with the current energy, what we want to know is, based on the science, have we gone past the point of no return? I have a yes. Okay. We've gone past the point of no return. So let me be more specific. With drastic measures being taken, so what I'm kind of referencing is, if this administration is not allowed to do what they're planning to do, for various reasons, if it's shut down, can we curb the damage? Uncertain if we can curb the damage. So I hate to break it to everybody, but it looks like, according to the science, we've gone past the point where we can avert disaster. How much time do we have left for the survival of our species? Do we have a year? 2 years? 3 years? 4 years? 5 years? 6? Let's see if it gives us any indication. 7 years? How much time do we have left? It looks like the pendulum doesn't have an answer for that, which tells me that things can happen that will alter the number of years that we have left. Is global climate change with the current trajectory, will it end human civilization? I have a no. Okay, so let's look at some cards. Just deciphering what I just read. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. First off, I'm going to pull 3 cards about this current administration and whether they'll be able to go through with making the problem worse. What's going to happen? Because they really are. I mean, Dumpy promised all the oil barons to deregulate the oil industry if he got elected, if they give him $1 billion apiece for his campaign. Will he be able to go through with it? With deregulating. King of Wands, Queen of Cups. There'll be a constant battle, back and forth, back and forth. It doesn't look like he'll be able to totally deregulate all the regulations. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of litigation. There's a lot of legal action being taken to stop him from making the problem worse. And the Knight of Pentacles there looks like the green man. So I would say that environmental organizations are stronger, worldwide, stronger than we might think. Look at my flowers back there, they got drowned. A lot of rain today. We needed the rain. It's just a lot. Okay. Let's read about the other countries that are involved in the Paris Climate Agreement. That we are, I believe we're out of it. I'm trying to remember if he took us out of it again. Hang on a second, because I'm not sure if he took us out of it. Did Dumpy take us out of the Paris Climate Agreement? Did he take us out of it? It doesn't look like he did. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Because he did the first round. The rest of the world. 9 of Cups. The rest of the world is going to do its part. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. And that's the 9 is the number of completion. The King of Wands. The rest of the world involved in the global climate agreement and the Paris Climate Agreement is really, it's like they're going to ramp up their regulations and their alternative sources of energy big time. I see billions, hundreds of billions of dollars collectively sunk into stopping burning fossil fuels and all that, methane and all that. So they're taking it more seriously because of Dumpy. Huh, interesting. Now, the pendulum is indicating that we can't really turn it around like we would really need to. So we kind of have to cut our losses, right? So let's ask this. In the United States of America, will we get back on board with alternative sources of energy? Remember, the infrastructure bill had all kinds of... There was even like the biggest windmill factory in the world built in Colorado. So all these things that the Biden administration put in place that the news never told you about, they're still, like, the plans are still there. The infrastructure is there. So let's ask the cards, are we going to be able to use what Biden and Harris, the foundation that they laid, are we going to be able to use that? King of Swords, 3 of Cups, it looks like yes, the star, it looks like yes. King of Swords is strong messenger, King of Swords indicates a country with a lot of power. I would say that might be France and Germany, actually a couple countries. France and Germany. And it does look like we will be able to, like, they'll kind of take the lead because we've fallen. Let's face it, the United States of America has fallen. And the star indicates that the United States comes back. And that woman reminds me of Kamala. And it also reminds me of Gaia, the Divine Mother, watching over and making sure the right thing happens. I think that with what's going on in America right now, with the Epstein revelations and people becoming very disillusioned, not just by that, but tariffs, losing jobs, losing our security on all fronts, crime after crime after crime, Dumpy in the midst of crisis, pretending that these crises aren't happening, going to Scotland to run away. So great that he got harassed there. I see this turning around, and I've stuck by that for a very long time. All right, let's just ask a couple more questions, and then I'll wrap this for today. So today's PNN is primarily on global climate change. The guides are giving me a sense that the American people will really rise up on this issue. But it's mainly getting this murderous administration out. I hate to even call it an administration. Okay, so let's look at the American people and our power here. Because that's what really has to happen, right? And so with all this mess that's going on and the American people getting angrier and angrier, this administration gets ousted. And there's the Empress ousting the Emperor. Because the Emperor has too many things against him. Ten of Swords is one of the most painful cards in the tarot deck. The Empress represents the United States and has represented Kamala for quite some time now. It looks like we're making a mess of the planet. In many ways, there's no turning it around. It looks like the other countries are going to take the lead on global climate change measures, taking really strong action and dumping so much money into global climate change science and manufacturing for alternative sources of energy. And the United States will be late to the game, but we'll jump on board once we oust this administration. And it's not going to be in 3.5 years. It's right around the corner. And don't get mad at me for saying that. But what we have is not sustainable. We need a sustainable planet. And Mother Earth is on our side. No matter how much we screw up, like stupid little children that don't know any better, we will turn this around. And if you can hear them, the seagulls agree. I am recording this on Thursday, and every single Thursday we have a guided meditation for a healed America. If you happen to be catching this now, I'm recording this an hour before, so please join us every Thursday night for our live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's just a half an hour. Okay, we'll see you then. Thumbs up, please subscribe, and namaste.